What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Overthinking Understanding Podcast. I'm your host, Viktoriya Moore, and we are back with another episode. How y'all doing, beautiful people? For those that are checking in on YouTube, obviously y'all can see we have a special guest joining us in the studio. My counterpart, I guess OG co-host, lovely Jasmine. Yes. Go ahead, introduce yourself to people who don't know who you are.
I'm Jasmine. Y'all know who I am. Been here since day 100. Yeah, I'm infamous in these streets. Everybody know me.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm 28 years old, and I just turned 28. This is my wife, and I have 4 dogs. Just kidding. 4 dogs, and I have a child on the way. You know, we've been married. You can take it away, but yes, we've been married, documented for a long time.
Okay, Miss Jasmine, thanks.
This is my wife.
Thanks for coming on this episode.
My pleasure.
Why didn't you mention your t-shirt business? Like the t-shirt business?
Yes. Well, it's our hobby business. We have 3 businesses. Obviously, what you look there right now, and then our t-shirt business part. We sold tees. It's on Etsy, but you know you can find it in a lot of places. Just Google and it'll pop up. We have everything from Mo3, to Beyonce, to Charlie XCX, from Baddies. And we got Scotty, Biggie, you know, we have things daily, you know. So you want a shirt, hit me up.
We also do customs.
And we do customs.
We also do customs.
Yes, we do. I made this shirt I have on right now. Sizzle. You know, comes in a lot of sizes. And then we have a nightclub, inflatable nightclub business. And you DM either one of us, we'll set you up. Let us know. We karaoke. We have props for birthdays, anything. Because I just had my 28th birthday, so we got a lot of that. Yeah, you just hit it up. Let us know. For his band.
I think that was the most
amazing.
Yeah, amazing introduction.
Yeah.
This is the history of this podcast. All right, let's get into this episode.
Yes, episode.
Definitely get shit. This I don't know. This episode makes me uncomfortable, but so does life. So here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So on this episode, talking about the LGBTQ plus community. What do you identify with outside of that community?
Outside the community or inside the community?
Inside the community.
So I once was pansexual at one point of my life. I was so bisexual and pansexual, and when I got older, I became lesbian. But now I'm still at the point where like I love everybody, the heterosexual men.
What is pansexual?
But the pansexual is basically like you love. So bisexual, right, is you like men and women. That's it. And then pansexual is you like men presenting or women presenting. Like, you know, you can be in love with trans people.
You're the reason they say we just be doing shit.
I feel like everybody tries to put gay people into a box and be like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, there's people that literally were in happy relationships with men for decades and have multiple kids by them, and then decided in life to be gay or go out with women, stuff like that. So like, I don't know why we're always like, when I was younger, it was more of like an issue. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do all that. But it's normal though. Like, why do I have to be sanctioned off for one thing for the rest of my life? Like, I got free will of my body, and I could be who I want to be.
You say like it's normal?
Yeah, I think society puts a stigma, or I'll say like the black gay community. The black gay community put such a stigma on like not being able to, like, I guess, go on different sexual orientations. They make it such like of course valid on some reasons, but it teaches on. I feel like it's normal, pretty normal.
Do you have an experience or like challenge that comes with being black and everything you was naming?
Do I have an experience?
Yeah, like a challenging experience, like being black. It's like double trouble.
Yeah, it's like, I think when my mama found out I was going with women at that time, that was one of her things she brought out, was like, "Oh, you're black. You're." I think she said American, but it was like 3 different things. She was like, "You have all this against you, and I don't want this for my child." And it's like, I didn't choose this life. I didn't choose to be black. We are the best. I wouldn't change it. I love being black. Okay.
So like, what would be the like the unique challenge that comes with that? Like just black age.
It's not only like, how we code switch.
Yeah, of course.
With being black, or POC, but of course I only know from black people.
Yeah,
it just adds another thing you got to shift out. Like, even when, say, at jobs now, like we live in a state where it's a red state, so with being black on top of that, I got to code switch at work, and then on top of that, I can't be as forthcoming with my life as far as like being gay, having a wife, and all that. I can't be forthcoming like that in the workplace, because now it's going to be a stigma with a whole bunch of stuff that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? People be homophobic and just doing a lot. So it's like, it's hard, and especially going out in public, like holding hands and stuff, which I'm an affectionate person, but you don't know who's watching you at the moment, who's trying to harm you. So not only can we not hide our blackness, like, now we're gay in public too. So it's like, there's a lot of stuff you got to carry with you, and even just make sure your safety is like.
I could definitely speak to the fact of having a challenge as far as having a double make somebody feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm black, so you might be uncomfortable, and then I'm gay. So now, like, I'm uncomfortable. No matter how uncomfortable I am within this situation, I have to make you feel. But I don't claim I'm straight. Actually, that's just.
Can you define that straight?
I'm straight.
You define why?
Well, I'm straight. I don't.
What makes you straight?
I don't identify as gay.
Why?
Why?
You're with a woman. So why?
I don't. I just. I think it's big part of you shaking.
Sorry.
I think it's a big part of just belief system and just like claiming. I don't think that I have grown past. Oh, I don't even say grown past. I would never not identify it as being a sin. So being taught not to like claim your sin is like, I don't think that I'll ever be like, oh, I'm gay. Straight.
That's important.
It is. I mean,
but that's just something you gotta,
I don't think I would never
if
work
you
through
make
it.
peace, that's okay though. Like, if that's what you feel, that's what you feel. No one can tell you differently. Just like people in the gay community can't tell someone who wants to experience from being straight, like, be like how I said earlier, like being in a relationship with a man for years and years. Yeah, being with a man for years and years, and then deciding later in life they want to be with women. You know what I'm saying? So, you know how, like I said, we've never claimed like that labels or anything. So,
Yeah.
you being straight, I would say think about how you have this thing with bisexual people, right? When we were younger, you didn't have a fondness for bisexual people, and you don't gotta go into detail if you don't want to. But of course, like it was a thing with that. I would say like you should think about it like that. You don't claim straight, and you shouldn't want people to put that pressure on you to like think otherwise.
I claim straight.
Yeah, I'm saying
No, I heard you just said it wrong. You said you're a clean girl.
yeah.
I did have an issue. I don't think I had an issue with bisexual people. I think
You said you didn't have.
I'm getting it out.
Yeah.
I'm getting it out. I do feel that it was a lot of projection.
Yeah, it was.
To the point of, I forgot. I want you to touch on the definition of code switching. After I get done, I'll hold that.
All right.
For the audience that may not know. Clock it.
He's gay.
All right. Stop. Cause what was I saying? What's wrong with you? I do think it was like projection to a certain extent. I do think it was projection on the gay stuff, but just like how they say with like being black, being gay, film's a little bit different because you don't necessarily know you're gay.
You?
No, not me. I was
you say you?
No, I'm not
talking to me.
I'm saying as a feminine presenting woman that likes women, you don't necessarily present as gay. But you have a female, don't get me wrong, you have females that are tomboys, but if you see a female baggy clothes, whatever, mannerisms, sometimes the way we walk, whatever, then it's that person is gay. So it's already, not only is you gay, you trying
out there.
Gay. Now, not only now you trying to be a man, so now you got 10,000 boosies breathing down your neck, like, but I do think it was projection, and it was just more of understanding it, like, it's just a hard lifestyle, so it's like women, sometimes I think that women go have all these kids, and then they go they fall back on the female to take care of their children and all of that, and I didn't like it, and then the bisexual part, I think it's wrong. I think it's kind of crazy on both sides because, like, as a female, you've been intimate with a woman and been intimate with a man. There's just a whole bunch of different diseases and whatever could come. It's no different than a down low dude or even not down low dude. But if you get in, with a man and then you're taking it back to a woman, like, you're doing butt stuff.
I don't think everybody does butt stuff.
Okay, but if you're doing butt stuff,
boy, how you know?
I'm saying, just saying that. Okay, if you're doing butt stuff, and that's on your pickle, you got this little contaminated pickle. Then you go stick it. We can, but that doesn't mean I'm just gonna be Like, I'm not gonna just be saying it.
Glad you told me so.
I'm just that you say what you want to, but I'm still gonna.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just gonna be just because. Like the dang TikTok video, but. So that you hitting it like crazy. You said you was gonna be good. You move. She bopping it again.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I just. Is that better?
It's fine.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. You're just bopping it. You're like, I'm not gonna be moving.
I didn't think I was. That better?
That's cool. But you're fine. So that's like, it's just, I don't know. Everybody got their little prejudice. Yeah, I just think like it's a lot of mixing. You're fine. Even with the just the bisexual part, even with us meeting and doing whatever, it's like, it's a lot that came with it. Like, do, I like you. What the heck? I don't talk to women that talk to dudes. That's just yeah.
Hey, I like women, and I didn't fully talk to them, but it was flirting. It was, so you ain't just came out of nowhere, ma'am. The lovely gayness and just jump out and be like, oh yeah.
All that is fine and dandy, but who got it first? You bringing it do me first.
You saying do, but it wasn't just do.
Yes, it was. You know what? Yes, it was.
Another conversation.
Okay. Well, make you glad. When you think of historic Black figures that have the historic LGBTQTAYW people that have shaped I guess, like the gay community? Does anything come out? Like anybody stands out?
Dang, you put me on. I can't think of it right now.
I say RuPaul, but I don't know the hit. Like, you know how like you get caught up, like, because you know we had
but
debate. Like people get caught up and they be so going hard, but I can't tell you the history about the first gay this that it trans and all that's been around, you know.
what's
But
crazy? I could do it on any other day. I can't think about it right now, but there's a lot of iconic gay people that have shaped the way we do shit and stuff, and I just can't think of it right now. Is it Bessie Smith or something? Wait, she shaped blues. She shaped the way we listen to blues. She was an iconic blues singer.
did somebody do a movie of
Yeah, Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah? She
Yeah.
was like bisexual then too,
Yeah,
though, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I seen that.
Like-
I got that.
I should wrote it down, but yeah, we have a lot of people that have shaped the way that.
They said they can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
No, it's fine. I say they.
Oh, on there.
Go ahead, baby.
Yeah. About it.
No, you're fine. They were not hooked up to that.
Got
Where
you,
you
got
going, Pete?
Yeah, it's a lot of iconic people. Like Kaylani's not all the way black. She's a part of that too. You know, we
Yeah.
listen to her all the time. Like, I really can't. We'll come back to it,
Okay.
because I'll think about it a little more and stuff.
All right. How do you feel about embracing both of your identities that the world can sometimes make you feel like excluded? Like you having to choose. Like, so you, just like we're talking about, like,
I choose though.
you ain't never felt like you had to choose
When I was younger, yeah, but that was still me identifying like what I was.
what you was told to identify.
Yeah, what the idea of what I wanted to be as far as like gay, even a black woman. Like I was trying to figure out who I was, but now I don't choose. Like, of course, like I'm black or anything.
Yeah.
You see my black ass before you see my gay ass, you know? Okay, but at the end of the day, like like as far as now, I don't choose because they're both who I am. I'm both, you know, I'm both of them.
Just like you said, you're gonna be black before you get right.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be the first. Do you feel like we have to show? Because you talked about it kinda with like the pole switching. Explain that for the audience.
So if you black, you know, code switch. I'm sorry.
You good.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. If you black, you know, code switching is basically like in different forms. Everybody has their different.
Yeah,
Everybody has their different way of code switching and stuff like that. So it'll be more of like you change your tone, you change your cadence of something while going into different spaces. Like you may have a country accent or like just with your family. Okay, so the difference of like environment.
Yeah.
You're with your family. You're not worried about presenting in a professional type of way, right?
Yeah.
So you'll be more chilling and may use some slang words or ebonics or AAVE, you know, that type of thing. But when you're at work, you may not use all. You probably won't. You know,
that plays into making other people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It's professional to a extent, but so you saying like if you could take that black person into a more black African American dominant field, would they have to code switch? I'm asking.
No, but I would say honestly, I would say for me or for a lot of people, like code switching isn't something you just like, you know, I mean, it's something that automatically comes on. Like that's not something. I feel like that's not something that is like automatically.
You said is something that automatically comes on, or is it not?
No, I'm sorry. It is something that automatically comes on. You know, because I feel like through generations we're raised to
suppress another part of your identity. That's what I'm saying. Like
even suppress, like
because how can something that makes you
I'm sorry. So I say with Siri, right? Siri don't understand what I'm saying, so I gotta fix my words right and extend some of my words for her to understand what I'm saying. So I'm saying I ain't trying to make Siri feel good. Okay, so I'm using that I'm using that as far as like I'm not trying to make other people feel comfortable, but the way that I talk sometimes is too fast, so I'll have to slow it down with people at work or whatever. So it's to make sure they understand what I'm saying, not to make them feel comfortable.
But Siri, to that point, Siri is still programmed to understand a different type of dialect that's not us. So, like it's not saying like because it's kind of like the ignorant comment where it come like fixing myself not to sound black, but sounding proper is white. That's stupid. Like black people can sound proper. We can come off as intelligence. That's fine. But at the same time, it's nothing that's stopping us from creating a program that catches, draws, accents, different. You know what I'm saying? Siri's not made for that. So in my mind, it's still like something that like you have to code switch, and for you to say like it's not something that you do like it's unthought of, it's a thought. Like I definitely think it's a thought, or it becomes normal because you've been taught it for so long. Like, oh, I'm putting on my corporate voice or whatever. Like that.
Who automatically says I'm putting on my corporate voice?
It's a lot of people. Like it's a switch. It's like just what you said. It's a habit, but it's a switch. So okay, I can't even really ask you that because you're pretty affectionate around a lot of people. But like some people, public affection, gay, straight, whatever. But we're talking about gay people, right? Gay side of it, kids come around. It's just a different way that you act, intermingle, do different stuff with your partner. It's like you switching, but it's not to necessarily exclude, but you're making somebody feel like more comfortable with what you have going on, or.
I don't know. I say people code switch for different things. For me, I don't code switch to make people feel comfortable.
But in the code switching, for you to say that it's not something that's a switch, it just doesn't compute to me because it's like for you to say code switching is automatic, it is learned. It's still learned. Like to just be like, we don't code switch on purpose.
Well, I'm saying you even learn that when you're like, when you're kids though, right? Like
we taught to do it though, and it becomes normal.
Yeah, like say you're at home, you're taught like you need to go to bed after this. You can't, like it's certain things you do at home. When you go to daycare, you go to school, then you over here, you may be cussing, but you may be having less of a care in the world than you're at home. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not even just like making people feel comfortable. It's just automatically comes out. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense.
I get it. I still think it's a conscious effort. Like, I'm not disagreeing we do it. I just still think it's a comfort effort. Like, I know I call myself not cussing at home, not doing this. My people knew not playing it. It's just like the females that couldn't leave home in the same outfit they was walking around school with. Like they got to leave home in a skirt and a dang.
But that's everywhere. They're like,
no, but I'm just saying that it's like you're acting a certain way outside of the house because you can.
Yeah.
You're not always given that comfortability to do that at home. It's a no tolerance, even if you've been taught it. Like coming from a community where it's like, I don't say you necessarily see a lot of gay stuff, but you pick up on it. Like a lot of people like, man, y'all gay yourselves, y'all hate us, or you hate this man presented.
The homophobes be the gayest.
But I learned maturing. I don't think they're homophobic. It's just the same point that I was saying that getting into that of saying you don't have to always show it. Like I'm gonna present. I can't. You bleach your skin or whatever, but I'm black. Like I'm gonna show black, but I do not have to present myself in no way to let you know that I'm gay. I don't have to present that, and I just think coming from a generation that didn't do that, they didn't present as if they were gay. It just wasn't what they were doing.
But gay people been around for as long as human people have been. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
no questions.
I would say like people. I don't know. Like what would you say people ain't been presenting?
Oh, they just learned not to. It was because they couldn't show it in public. It wasn't nothing to show it in public. That's what I mean. Like because you couldn't show it in public, it wasn't shown in public. So you were taught just like how kind of like to go to your point or speak to your point of the code switching. Like you were taught not to do these certain things at the house, and you get to the daycare, you kind of running buck wild. Like it's not so you wasn't taught to do it. Of course, with the more acceptance to society, you come out a little bit more. But that's all I was asking, speaking to the fact of like, do you have to be like that? Like, do you have to go out and show that you're gay. Like,
you can be however you want, whatever makes you feel comfortable at the end of the day.
is it? So what about like not rubbing off on kids or if other people are uncomfortable
What do you mean?
with your gayness? Like,
Not be myself. So I should, if I'm not hurting the kid or like rub. Okay, so what do you mean rub off? Like,
you know, that's how people think. What Boosie used contaminate. It's just like, you know, like rub off. Like, oh, I see these. I
But
never might have thought about
people
two girls question whatever, and then now
bones kissing in the back seat. Crazy. But I would say like, I feel like homophobic people like to quickly say that about rubbing off on the kids, but like, how do straight people become straight?
is everybody that don't like gay stuff homophobic?
Because
So what?
I know family members that don't like flamboyant gay men, but at the same time, like, there's some gay people that don't like some of that stuff, you know, which I feel like it is internalized to a certain extent because, like, it cannot be your cup of tea, but you shouldn't bash nobody for doing that, what you don't like, you know, because they're not here to impress you or to live for you.
I still feel like that speaks to more of sometimes it speaks to public affection. I don't want to be kissing in front of kids.
Well, no, that's fine though. I feel like
I don't think I want my kids gay. Let's talk about it.
At what point you want to? Hey, you throwing a lot of me right now, girl. I say, you just do me one, but
I say that all the time.
I don't know, but I think I wouldn't want to be kissing around anybody's kid, but I think straight people or homophobic people, I say, be quick to point that out, like, no, I don't want that in front of my child, but like, straight people hug and do affection, or people who are affection, they do that around their kids regardless. You don't think that is rubbing off on them some type of way?
Yeah.
Like, being gay is not something, most time, you're born that way. Just like, you may be born straight, you may be born gay. You know, sometimes being straight is a learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? Being gay is a learned, like some of the time it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you feel about it. I mean, talk to it. We different opinions.
Yeah, I just feel like, okay, sorry, I'm contradicting myself in like 2 seconds, but like, I say being gay and straight sometimes can be a learned behavior, but most time could be something you're born with.
You born straight or gay?
Yeah. But as much as people were like, oh no, gay, you're teaching my child to be gay, when it's like, no, you're gay. Your child probably has been gay.
Came out. So how do you feel about people who use, and we differ in faith. Yeah. I'm Christian, you universe. That's fine. But
Believe there.
yeah, you really.
Yeah.
I was just into the point of how do you feel about people who use the Bible and be like, you're going to hell, it's a sin, gay is wrong, but in the same text, in the same Bible, but not usually out of their same mouth, like we're born in sin. Any woman, it states in the Bible, Job, Deuteronomy, I read the Bible from front to back every year. So like, I love it when people talk. I'm like, y'all don't even know. Yeah. But it states like any child born through the blood of a woman is sinful. So to that point, because at first I used to, and like I said, I truly believe it's not flesh and blood.
Yeah.
I do believe like spirits and they call ailments, all this stuff. But to a certain extent, as I mature, my adult age, I am starting to learn that it can be kind of like you're born with it. Because if you can't tell me that I am born into sin or I am, blood of a woman, I'm unclean, sinful nature. Human has a sinful nature because we are born from a woman, according to the text that I believe in. But you get mad when somebody be like, they was born gay. And it's like, you telling me I'm born, like you telling me it's a sin, and I'm agreeing with you. I came out of my mother's sinful, like, and I'm agreeing with you. So how do you feel about that? Like, what is your outlook on that?
I feel like most times people is gay as hell. Like, what are we talking about? Like,
that's crazy.
I'm just saying they do. The gay. Like, I'm sorry. Like, those people be the biggest critic on something, but tell me if I'm wrong or not, but ain't mixing fabric a sin?
Mixing fabric. Get out, go ahead. Hey, do you pop your dad?
I said, let me know.
Hey, I'm letting you know.
If I'm not telling the truth.
No, I'm just asking. Go ahead, do your thing.
Oh, but no, I'd be like, they be so hyper fixated on that. But like, yeah, like I feel like, why are you telling me I'm born out of sin, but then I'm not born. I'm like, I wasn't born gay.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, where does it correlate? Like, why? It's just
so that's what I'm saying. I think, and like people are big on talking about like repenting and different things like that. Like, okay, we all born of sin, but we repent. Once again, same thing. Like, Old Testament is where they talk about it's Deuteronomy where they talk about it. Solomon and Gomorrah is another another spot that comes up about it. Get on there. Thank you, though. Another spot where it comes up, but Deuteronomy is where it comes, and it's like a man should not lay with a woman on the period. Man should not covet another man's wife. And then in Exodus, that's where they speak about like the New Testament. And like I said, I read the Bible back. I was so, and I'm not saying I'm not into it now, but I was reading it so much and getting into it so much. I could finish the story that you were talking about, or you could give me a piece of the story, like the Philippians 13, like everybody, I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But then they always forget according to his will, and just saying that to say, like, not getting into there. But like, I'm a Christian, like, how I feel about it as far as say that an eternal struggle always be there. But just coming into acceptance of like, okay, if I say I was born gay, or I was born with this lustful, whatever you name this sin or whatever that I have, or the demon, whatever you want to call it, that's on it, that makes me act this way, present this way. And I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you, like, all right, I was born into sin. Like, okay, I came through my mother. Her blood is, you know what I'm saying? All selfless, children gonna be selfish. What do you want me to do with that? I've never been a type, and you know me, I've never been a type that wanted to not necessarily force no belief on nobody, but yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, I have never understood when people are so uncomfortable, they just like, you're going to hell. You're that, you suck. And it's just like, okay, all right, and then, like I said, everybody doesn't believe, and I'm never, I'm not that type of person, not the type of Christian to be like, letting the church, or people in the church, people, same thing, Revelations, freaking John, Luke, Mark, all that. Many gonna say that they're with us, but they're not with us or whatever. So I never let that deter me from believing in Jesus. But I also have enough self-reflection to understand, okay, I may be in wrong, but not hurting you, So how, like, even having so we don't really we talk about it amongst each other, but we don't ever necessarily just talk about it. So like, how challenging is that for you? Like, for me to have this belief, me to have like these set of like reservations and stuff, and we get married. Like,
honestly, I feel like it's more of a struggle with you, and it's something that you have to work out, and all I can do is be here to support you, but at the same time, I understand how conflicting of a struggle that could be with your faith and then your lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I think you're not like the only one. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's definitely a normal thing though. Like with a lot of people who is very heavy into their religion,
belief
or whatever. Like that is a struggle with like afterlife or how you living on earth. Which one are you choosing, or would you choose how you living now to sacrifice what you might not get once you leave?
And that's big, yeah.
Yeah, and
that's something I always think about.
Yeah, and always like I'm into not a lot of things. I'm into like a couple things with spirituality. I understand it. It's just only, like I said, I only can be supportive because like, what do you say to somebody who's going through that?
Yeah.
Like that's something like at the end of the day, you like I can only be there for you, but at the same time, you are going through that mind racing thing every day or every minute, or questioning your existence, questioning what you should do moving forward. Like this is something that
forever be just the conflict.
Yeah, like so it's not like you can be like, oh yeah, she'll probably get over it in a few months. That's like life stuff.
But that's still probably hard. Like you like
it's hard to.
So we have our joke or have it like
it's hard
I'm straight and you literally like I'll be a husband. But that's the stuff like we intimately go through. But
it makes me sad. Like but I only can do so much, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I only can tell you I'm here for you as much as I can be, and I still and then not only that, like I support you and like you want to go to if I'll go to church with you, you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I pray. That always be funny. You be like, what you be like if you be like, if we could pray, you could do this. Like what?
But I still support you, and I want you to
trade off is this?
But I always want you to know, like I'm here to support you regardless. Like even that's like an eternal confliction you'll have or forever or whatever, you know. So it's like I want you to understand that I'm there with you, you know. Like I've had my differences with the church and stuff, so it's I'm not that big into it, but I still support.
My set of beliefs or my reservations or the things that come with my faith and this, has it ever made you resentful towards the church?
Yeah, on how it like you're fighting to be a part of a community that doesn't want you in some aspect, or you got I think it's well she was gay, the looking preacher. I don't know, but like
I think she like married to a man now.
I guess, but I seen her on there talking about how like she talked about everything. Like she's one of the type of preachers that I don't think really read from the Bible. It's more of like a
that's
type of preacher.
It's such a It's like they take this quote and it's like people don't necessarily teach Bible.
I've seen a lot.
They teach feel good.
I think I seen one dude was I don't know how spit and putting it on somebody's face had anything to do with the Bible.
Yeah. It's like Jesus did and now it's like like I get about the showing the
like demonstration, okay, but not But no,
I would say it's hard because you do have sections. I ain't gonna say you have sections in the Bible, but I think Paul was in jail. I'm not looking to you for the answer because you be like, girl, I don't know.
Oh, that's what I said. I didn't say no.
I think it was Paul that was in jail, and he was writing from jail, and it was just like it was the conflict of like I'm Paul, whatever, John about like all these different people. So kind of what's going on now. Like I'm with Rush, so I'm ordained Baptist, I'm this, I'm that, and they were just speaking about like how at a certain point these writings of scriptures may not be here, but basically Jesus has to live within you, and that's kind of no, it's not even with the spit came into play. It's like it's like Jesus has to live within you, but it just seems now like it's kind of speaks to that, like with the Paul, it's like Paul, John, whoever they got in the Bible, it's like whoever the people got the message from, that's who they held as like their savior. So to let another grown man put spit on you, and they're saying it is from the word of God, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's like I'm getting it, like cool, whatever, because it's just like I cannot the outward expression of your belief. I can't judge it only because it's the same thing that's like it's the extreme. It's the same thing where that make kind of my mind make me cringe when you see like the gay man walking with the thong stuck up their butt with the rainbow on. Like what what are we doing? Or like the females out with the tape on the sometimes look good, I said, but the little tape on the titty and it just like it's like bro, like what are y'all doing? Like, put some clothes on. But I don't say so. You see how like that don't make you be like, but the spit is like I draw the line. It's like I don't want. I shouldn't see your butt crack. I shouldn't be able to count the hairs on your weenie. Like
say if they going to that's what they want to do. That's just what they want to do. If they going, and then I would say,
so if they in church, they want to do that.
Okay, I'm glad you brought it up. So what they say, come as you are. Come as you are.
That's what they say.
So if they want to do that,
find that scripture in the Bible because I ain't seen it.
I would say I'll find it, but I ain't gonna.
That's what people have said.
But at the same time, like if that is such a thing that's in the Bible. You ain't gotta act like you ain't read it about 600 times. Then they should come and say,
Yeah.
I would hope they would find something other than tape, but it's Goodwill or Salvation Army. But at the same time, like, if they at a school function, they got that, and then it's like, oh, inappropriate. How about you go?
I do think that sometimes people, I think one of the biggest downfalls for humans is that we want everybody to kind of be on our side. Like, you don't have to like what I'm doing, but you also don't have to hate me. And if you do hate me, like, keep it over there. Like, to show up to the...
Why does my existence
bother you so much? And if you're really trying to bring people to Christ, that's never how he said to do. I'm just saying from reading the Bible, like, and I also have an understanding from reading the Bible that humans will never be perfect. Like, he created the world in 7 days and then he flooded it. Like, it's just like, even when I hear, like, I always bring it up, like, who is the chick who did it? Like, crap, she didn't want to be at the party. It's like Alice Trey or some
Alice Clark
or something like that. But she got a song called 7 Days. And basically she asked God, like, was we worth the 7 days? And it's just funny to me because somebody that reads the Bible that people wouldn't think or just had this belief in it. And I'm like, sweetheart, he restarted the world. Like, that's where the flood came from. Like, Noah's Ark, that came after the 7 days. Like, no, we got crazy. And then you got Sodom and Gomorrah. Then we did some more crazy stuff. And then he sent Jesus down to die for all our sins. So I think even with that, because it is difficult being a Christian, or like you say, like what you said resonate. Like, you kind of want to be with a community that don't support you. I mean, do not want you. But I don't want to. I learned at an early age not to necessarily want to be with the community, but not even that. It's the Christ followers, and those who believe in Him, not necessarily try to be Him or try to play, the judge. Yes, when I say be Him, like, I'm condemning you or doing whatever. Like, it's a true, like, only God could judge me. But the same belief that you have, or the same blood that washes you clean or has you to repent, is the same thing that I do. So even like Pastor Ricky Rush is like one of my favorite pastors growing up or whatever, right? But even him, he's just like the preaching, like, you get married is like the ultimate sin, the ultimate no. And it's like, where is this at? Like, where is this at? Because the biggest sin that I've seen in the Bible is not claiming Jesus Christ as the Son of God. And it's 10,000 religions that do that.
Yeah.
So you telling me being with this woman is worse than saying, like, this man don't exist at all. So you do have those moments of, like, but definitely just holding on. So it's hard. Like you say, just definitely holding on to the faith, like, I'm a Christ follower. I believe in Jesus, and I believe in the teachings that comes from the Bible, So switching, what you saying with that? Because you do have churches now that kind of like allies, more inclusive. Not saying that anybody that's preaching the word, that's where I want to go. So if it makes you feel uncomfortable, sometimes it's supposed to. Like I say, like, I believe
the Bible's not going to be like something that you want.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not so much in like preaching like in this inclusivity or like inclusiveness and all of that. Like but preach the word, but it is more like gay. What was that?
By my nose.
It is more like no, I thought I was separate. It is more like gay. It is more like like gay churches or like gay preachers or even like straight preachers and stuff that's having gay kids, and it's not nothing that they're necessarily shunning from. So taking that into the segue of how does it feel when you have like allies, work, family, or you could kind of like be yourself.
So how does it feel?
Yeah, how it feel?
Amazing. It feels where I don't have to present someone who's not comfortable with themselves,
Yeah.
It feels good to have those type of work or anywhere. Like, when you don't, it don't feel good, and it makes you not want to go around those people at all. And it'd be sad when those people want you to come around and you be like, don't even accept me.
Yeah.
Like, you want me to change the way I am to make you feel comfortable, and that's,
Yeah. I feel like it's the same way, because especially it's like that one person that is like everybody else thinks you got a husband, I like a boyfriend. And then there's that one person that you talk to over lunch. So I'm like, how your wife doing? Oh, she good. Like,
I've had that happen to me so many times.
And you just go with it. Because, like, if you say husband, I'm not correcting you.
Unfortunately.
I'm not correcting it. I don't need nothing to be. I remember it was one of the most recent incidents besides, like, every time I go to cleaners. It's a guy that came from the Marines. Like the Army, we down there take everybody. The Air Force, Marine. Not saying that they don't have those type of people. Is not.
Yeah, but I said, "Oh, you breathing?" Say,
yeah. So it's this guy. He would. I ain't gonna say like he's a like hardcore Marine or whatever, but he had some type of respect for me coming over or whatever. And I'll never forget. Like we were talking about something, and then I said something like wife, and he just like look, and I was like, nobody told you? He was like, no, I didn't know. Yeah,
trying to talk to you the whole time?
no, it's not talk to me. It's just the fact that he was shocked. Like, bro, you gay? Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing to talk to. It was just like, man, you gay? And it was just like, even a moment for me, like, I'm 2024. Like, what the heck? Like,
Well, maybe
it's gay. But I'm like, you don't, because I'm in the culture of the Army, and like, don't ask, don't tell was literally like taken away while we was in basic training. Like, a few, not that long, like, enlisting, it was there. Don't ask, don't tell. And then a couple months in, it was took back.
And I just thought about what's crazy. Like, even when I was in basic training, like, I saw so many gay people.
It was gay. But in basic training, not gay. I wouldn't claim it.
I was still in the filtered areas.
Yeah, I would not claim it.
Well, I'm saying, I like
not gay. They like you gay, man. Like,
but even like one of my battle buddies was gay. Like, never like hid it or anything. So I'm like,
yeah.
Well, it could be a thing where it's like, don't ask, don't tell, but maybe it's maybe harder in certain places where it's like, yeah, you really don't need to say nothing. In other places, like, hey.
I do think it sucks when, like, I say sins, but your lifestyle, your choices are kind of like put on blast. It's like, God don't like you, God hates you, blah, blah. And then you got these people who do like these disgusting, gross things. Like,
but those be the main ones that say being gay is bad, but like, ain't you a child?
Or even like an 18-year-old, you 55. Like, what are you doing?
Weren't you dating them when they was 16?
But even going back to like, I want to say, and this is like, of course, everybody does it different. But if you Google like how old was Mary when, yeah, and it was like she was like 13, 14. Yeah, he was old. Oh man.
So
so that's what I get. It's like social it's just it was like it was just like that's not necessarily not normal.
And if you call that shit out, they'd be like, oh, it was in the Bible. Was it still right? Like,
but that's where you get the right and the wrong. It's not age spelled out in the Bible. It says man shouldn't lay with man. So I'm just saying, like, we're humans, go be. But I'm saying, like, it's not it don't say, like I said, it's Deuteronomy. It's there. It's back to back. You shouldn't lay with a woman on period. Man shouldn't lay with man. Man shouldn't cover another man's wife. All this stuff.
And can I ask a thing? And it's not even about gay. It's about Bible, right?
Yeah.
So there's been many reports throughout like the years that a lot of the
translation,
the translation and different words been added and taken away in the Bible, especially what homosexuality was like a new word when it was like translated and all that. Like, how do you feel what do you think about it being a new word being added to it throughout the last decade, like last century, that now the faith is based off of that. So they've always say like homosexuality is bad, but that's like a new word that was supposedly added, and that's really where a lot of hate comes from, is that word.
I will say, just like I said with like the scriptures, like we live in a world where even so I listen to the NIV version, the new, I think it's like the new something, the Message Bible, and the King James. And I used to listen to the Message. I don't listen to the Message anymore because I like I say, I'm like 8-9 years in listening to the Bible, like from front to back. At one point, I listened to it like music. Saying that to say that I learned the stories. I learned the stories in order, and you know how like you could watch a movie and you could watch a movie and I could ask you what the movie is about and you could summarize it. But you're not necessarily giving me all the details that the movie have. Even with the different translations and things of the Bible, it kind of like the Message Bible, it kind of changes the word. It gets to the point. It's kind of like that's like yes, that happened, but it's not necessarily meant. So to say, like I was saying, like the scriptures would not be there one day. Like I just believe keep Jesus, keep God, the faith inside your heart. Like, and that's just what it is. Like, you learn and I say you stand on the Bible. My word from God is the word, like it's a belief or whatever, but it happens. Like, it's not like it won't be there. The scriptures are change or they write what they want to. I would never know what the first Hebrew Bible actually said. And I will say even Sodom and Gomorrah, like, if you read Sodom and Gomorrah, it wasn't even so much men having sex with men, women having sex with women. Not saying it didn't happen. Just saying like the apple. Like, oh, Eve bit an apple. It just says fruit. It doesn't say apple. If you could find where it says apple, but it's just like you run with it, right? But then it's kind of like can't get mad at people when you learn it. Like, then you just look like you ignorant. Like, I don't trip. But to say with the Sodom and Gomorrah, it literally says like angels was coming down giving themselves human parts. So they were in awe of us. So it was angels sleeping with humans. Not saying that like women and men want to sleep in. Sodom and Gomorrah has some crazy stuff going on, but it's just like that gets passed over. Like, and where it says like it's like the men of God passed through. They went into this man's house, and then like they seen them, and they was like, let us in, let us know them. And he's like, no, basically saying like the angels. Then he like, no, I got virgin daughters that have never been slept with. Take them. Just like it's parts in the Bible to keep the bloodline strong. The daughters got the dad drunk and slept with him. Then like, and they didn't know. But I'm just saying, like, once you read, but that's what I'm saying. So like, once you read the Bible, it's just hard to get mad at some of the ignorance. And my opinion, like once you believe of what is being taught, a lot of self-reflection and a lot of giving mercy. Like, you can say you hate me, I'm going to hell, and I just pray for you, because it's just like throwing rocks at a glass house. You talk about the splinter in somebody's freaking eye, you got a log in yours. Like, it is part in the Bible, but it's like that's the whole point. Like, I am not Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I'm not your condemning. Not saying that I would not claim him or not, but it's people that walk on earth with Jesus that turned on Jesus. So even my belief in him off of the belief of just a word and faith of a mustard seed, it's like people don't really sway me, so it don't matter. Like, you learn it, you get it, and you there. Like, it's there. So it's like, to answer you, like I said, answer your question, it don't bother me. Like, have them in your heart. Just like you say, gay marriage might get taken away. The belief and because you got non-denominational, it's not Catholic, you're not Baptist, that might get taken away, and you just have to be this. You still keep Jesus in your heart. They go what they do. They go take away the knowledge. So they take away the Bibles. You can't have the Bibles, or they go give you a version of the Bible that they want you to have. So they can't take it from your heart out your mind. I'm freaking going about my business. So it don't really bother me at all. Like, more power to you.
That's basically more power to you.
And like you said, I don't think I'm the only one, but I do think that it's funny. It's just so many people. Now, I used to say it all the time. Like, they'll walk up, like, let me talk to you about Jesus. Like, I can talk to you about Jesus. And let me talk to you about Jesus. Like, how do you show me where this said it at? Tell me where when after the New Testament does it brings up anything about homosexuality?
And if I knew the Bible, I still wouldn't be talking about it. I'd be like, all right, keep going.
It's like, like, don't
sit there have a whole conversation.
That's just like, to me, because I'm so big on like, that's my Heavenly Father. Like, don't you walk up to me like I don't know my dad. I know my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't walk up to me.
My daddy.
Exactly. So So how'd you feel? I be like, real like the daddy, you got Chinese man or white man, your dad. You like, I know my daddy. So it's like, it don't bother me. You don't claim me. He ain't never said he ain't claim me. Shut up.
Like, leave me.
Leave me. Man, what were we talking about? We was at the no, just about to say the gay shit. When we was doing the when we was in Houston, and they were like,
Yeah.
I was like, you got tattoos?
Oh yeah.
Like, and I'm just like, and there was two sides. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's fishes, man. You going somewhere where you go be gathered. I don't think it's no different than what the Bible kind of like. You go to where people need help. You go catch some.
So they need to go to their own home.
No, but if you want to catch fish, you go to the sea. I'm not tripping. I'm saying that it's some that was there like, repent, you're going to hell, blah blah, and then you had the one where it was just quiet, and he was like, "Hey, I got something to give."
Which is fine though to go there.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying don't miss the point that I'm trying to make. Like, it's a different, yeah. I'm saying it's a difference in how you present the message and how you do it. Like, you going to hell, blah blah blah. For you, just it's a different way to go about it. Because just how we talk about the Bible, or we pray, or just certain stuff that I do that you catch on, but I don't look at you every day and discuss like you going to hell. You really don't see nothing wrong with the way you are. No, like, what's wrong with, like, that's not what exactly, but that's not what you taught to do. From when they're taking the Bible, like, that's not what you taught to do. Not just still, like I say, even on down to Revelation, Heavenly Father coming back. Some people that didn't believe in Him, it literally say like, as their skin melted, whatever, they cursed them down to they dying. So it's just like I believe. What you want me to do?
Yeah.
I said we all come and fall short of His glory. Like, what you want me to do? So do you really think gay marriage is gonna be taken away?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, we gonna be gay and married in our heart, but the government gonna take the term gay and like, all that what comes with it. Of course, every state is different, but I think eventually they will. Because yeah,
Why do you think that?
we didn't think Roe versus Wade was gonna get taken away, even though it was always up for discussion, and that's been a thing for a long time, and it took that away and gave it back to the state where they make the decision. Each state makes their own decision. I think eventually will. Why not? Why not put that out there? Like, I mean, why not think that? Because there's so many interviews, so many things that have gone on with the parties that it's up there. Like, it's just was it umbrella thing basically.
I just think that, what is it? To look it up. It was like 13 openly gay Congress, and I remember it stood out from the last time it was up on the ballot. It was like it's all this other stuff going on, but I'm here speaking about my marriage again. I think that fear and not taking action run rapid. I do think that sometimes identifying as both parts of the community is already hard. So that's just part of the game. Like, it's gonna be harder. We go start at a disadvantage, and we still have to finish at the same time as everybody else. We just have to work harder. I do think that as the world go on, you go either grow or you go regress. And I do feel that if more representation was in Congress, you wouldn't be worried about it. Left or right, Republican or Democrat. It's like, there with these belief systems that have these votes. Some people will never just come out. Like, we still have celebrities. I mean, you'll never know, but you would never know that they're gay. But also, it'll also be like an ally. What is it? What bothers you so much about Boosie? I'm saying, like, what? Like, you done mentioned the man like 16 times.
No, we can let's take
No, we are.
his face is the way he.
Is it just because he states his opinion? Like, he's extreme
the
with
way
it?
he can talk about gay people in his. He won't.
That man ain't said nothing that we ain't heard growing up from our parents. Like I said all the time, like, I think the first vivid memory of like gay bitch, whatever, I remember coming from my mom.
Mhm.
Like, I don't like. It's just like he's ignorant in the way of thinking. But it's like
he be so number one opinionated about gay people stuff, but let it be about people R-wording kids or like other issues. He mute on it. when something gay happens, anything gay happens, that man is like, she was, you like, he's the first one to say something. So yeah, he always
got a strong belief. He got a strong belief
for staying in the closet. Yeah, he got a strong belief of staying in that closet, peeking out like, oh, no, gay people.
I don't think that man gay.
Of course not. Of course not. You don't think he is, but that man is extremely gay.
He just speaks out. He don't like it.
Yeah, he don't like gay people, but he must like, like all the other stuff. Like he not only that,
that is freaking hilarious.
I'm sorry, but not only that, like he paid a stripper to have sex with his 12-year-old.
That's what I'm saying. Like, baby, the way he thinks, it's taught. It's like he's not the.
That don't still.
He don't, but it's the ones that you don't know. Like I know we differ on this all the time, but it's like the devil you know. Like I know Boosie don't like the gay stuff. Freaking another one, Rainwater always talked about it. Like look at the people who speaking. Like
a lot of people who are like that be the ones that are messaging people to have sex with them.
Like here's what you're saying. Like
yeah, kid, no, like gay, all that. But okay. So I'm saying Bootsy. Let's say Bootsy. Bootsy and people like Bootsy. Like,
I don't think I never heard his name pronounced like that.
Bootsy. Little Boot. Little Bootsy. Little Boot Boot. Since he wants to talk about gay shit. Little Boot Boot. Little Bootsy. But it be those people like Bootsy that be in trans women's DMs and stuff. Like, just like I saw yesterday or today, that it was a trans woman influencer that was just like all of us upset about the results of the election and was talking about like she's going to basically expose all the DL men that are in such support of Trump and voted against Trump.
You're gonna die. Don't do that. You know them folk crazy. They would kill you. Yeah. Whoever that is.
That's very sad.
We got people. You got people that support you. I wouldn't do that. DL, man, and they would kill you. Especially, man.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. But I'm saying with what I was talking about, like, he's don't do that.
Yeah.
But he's just on. You know.
Yeah.
Be careful. Carry. But they said they were going to expose DL men that have been messaging her and hooked up with her and stuff. If you want to be so loud about being a Trump supporter and voting, like literally voting for Trump, you're voting against something that you enjoy, that you know, and
that is kind of wild.
Yeah, it's wild.
That piss you off. Like, but I also seen it. I seen a video where a Puerto Rican lesbian that's married to a woman voted for Trump.
It's like, yes.
But humans are complicated. Like that's why I keep saying, like we keep thinking that as humans, we put too much trust in freaking us. It's not smart. Like we not like it's. So what do you mean? Like
not only that, babe. I just feel like at some point, like you gotta get what you got. You know what I'm saying?
What like, you mean? Like
you want a DL. I mean, you want to be a DL person. But then, I didn't even say with that, or when the trans woman was speaking about it, when she was talking about exposing the guy, she retweeted a tweet where he was like, I don't want my, I'm paraphrasing, I don't want my, I'll have to fight I don't want my daughter to have to fight a boy in the bathroom because they're allowed to go to, something like that. I can't remember. It's something, I'm paraphrasing, look it up. And she was like, oh, okay, you want to feel that way or you want to support Trump and all that stuff. And I think he posted other stuff about Trump, like, oh, I'm so glad he won, stuff like that. And then she put a screenshot of him on her, I think it was a Insta account, but it was like a nasty, like, it was like her, you know, had her triple X type of account, but it was like, you weren't like a guest.
Yeah.
You know, what
I get you. You know,
so he, in her heart, was still flirting all that stuff in there. Like, oh, I'm going to expose you. So she exposed that. You know what I'm saying? She said she got other people she's going to expose. And I feel like
I pray for your safety.
Yeah.
People crazy. I get it, and like people are complicated. People do. Go ahead.
I think even with that, and I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
No,
even with that, I feel like some people need a reckoning with. Hopefully, she's safe, whatever. But I feel like like especially with how this election has went, I think some people need to be like, this you type of thing, because they
really, I still don't think that that's going to kind of curb people like, just like you said, people, like I say my word, people doing whatever they did it's been here since the beginning of time. It'll be here to we end. However that goes, right? So rock out with right, yes, to a certain extent, rock out with your cock out.
But you ain't gonna rock out with your cock out while you over here. You ain't gonna rock out with your cock out with me, and you over here talking about you glad Trump is.
But that's people believe you got you. That's what I'm saying. Like it's
so basically, now speaking as for like the woman, the trans woman, I have to be the butt of your enjoyment, your joke, while you over here voting against something that you clearly are enjoying all the time with me.
I think I'm not saying that as a person
My
that
rights are getting taken away. And you over here,
but it's okay. I do think, like I said before, fear and inaction. I don't know. She okay? Fear. I think fear and inaction causes a lot of chaos, and expecting somebody to do something that you want, be the change you want to see. So I'm speaking as far as somebody that I'm super confrontational. I don't mind. Well, I would say to a point, I was super confrontational. I didn't mind making a stance on this and that. To a certain extent, you have to learn to play the game. Like, I don't have to play. If I want to change your rules or get into your stuff, I have to learn how to play the game. It's no different when the police are bad. The police bad. We scared of the police. This, that, and the third. But you're not teaching your kids to go be a different type of police. Go be the change you want to see. So you're saying that these trans people and all this going on just because you blasting somebody on Twitter because you made an emotional decision that pissed you off. What does that do? It don't stop that the person voted for it. We live in a world where he could just say you lying or whatever it is, what it is, and then it's gonna keep it pushing. Like, it's vote for the people in your local office. I mean, vote for the people in your local area. Push programs, start programs to better help with stuff like that. Like,
I think that's fine and dandy as well, and you can do that in the clothes.
yeah, but I'm saying exposing is fine, but it's just like you're saying in order. Like, don't get me wrong, embarrassment is we differ on that because like I don't get embarrassed. Sometimes we got what I'm saying. Like, you could get embarrassed to a certain extent. I'm saying certain things, but I'm just saying that to say like it only works if somebody cares, and it's just a dangerous game to play.
Walking outside is a dangerous game.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how do they care? Like, you have somebody like, we're speaking of the former president and future president Trump. He done been accused of everything. Donald Trump. He done been accused of everything under the sun, and he don't care. To a certain extent, like, you don't care. Like, and the people that some people want to expose, like you said, they don't care. Like,
and that's fine.
So
I feel like you are a person that don't care about that stuff, and that's understandable. No. Some people, someone is going.
I get it. Some people care, but what point is it gonna make? You said
it makes a point for them. I don't know their points. Like, it makes a point for them. Everybody has their different points what they make.
Like, but I'm speaking to your point of you saying some people need the.
Yeah,
what does it do?
I feel like, yeah, it does a lot. Like, especially, first of all, your friends might, like, depending on who it is. Some people may have, some people may have a friend group where some people have a friend group where them knowing that you gay, they not gonna mess with you. Now you lost friends. Now you're gonna be isolated. And just how you made that trans person feel, you're about to feel the same way. And I'm saying it's different for everything. Like,
to that point, it's kind of like trying to make somebody walk a mile in your shoes. Yeah. Because like, I'm gonna hit you, try to bring you to my level. And I get that to a certain extent.
It's just like, if like how you do a get back at somebody. Oh, you didn't love me when I was a child. You hated me. You called me this, and that. So never gonna be shit. And then you talk like you still was horrible throughout my adulthood.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. You didn't all that, right?
Yeah.
So now you'll be in like you're in your early like old age, right? You're like, oh my goodness, I have no one. Can you help me? And this and that.
You said I'm gonna put you in a nursing home
Does not get back
because you thought I wanted to go be shit.
Yeah, no, but you're simplifying it. I'm just saying,
You said
like I'm making it simple as far as like
yeah.
trauma, and on top of that is like, oh, you called me all my name, never encouraged me, was treating me like the gum on the bottom of your shoe throughout my whole life of living. But now you're at the older age, and you need help. You need somebody. You need somebody to be there for you. I'm gonna put your ass in nursing home. But I'm speaking in general. Speaking in general. I'm not saying this is to anybody. It's a general. It's an example. It's an example. It's not made for you. Views and statements in this podcast has nothing to do with RB Salties. Overthinking understanding there might be something different. Just kidding. This is just an example. Not towards anybody. Nobody get butthurt. I don't got time for it.
Like you getting some good back now. Are you uncomfortable, Miss J?
Nah, I don't have to get no text messages or anything. I don't want to hear it. It's not towards nobody. It's just an example. But
this is a fact that I looked up for this episode.
Okay.
It says as of 2023, 7.6% of U.S. adults identify as LGBTQ plus, up from 3.5% in 2012. This increase reflects greater society acceptance and willingness to openly identify as LGBTQ plus. And the 108th U.S. Congress, 13 voting members openly identify as lesbian, gay, or bisexual, the highest number in history. While the exact number of openly gay individuals varies, sectors are not always available. These trends tend to indicate a growing percentage and present invisibility of openly gay individuals in public. How you feel about that? What do you think? How you feel about that? Because you said gay marriage and all of that. I do have hope. And once again, it does tether to my belief because I think the world
leads belief.
Yeah, to my belief. I think the world is gonna run butt naked wild with a lot of stuff, but that is by design. Like that is what is laid out. Like the world is gonna get crazy. And to some people, I think that is part of it getting crazy. Even if, because it's not like the Civil War. You have people that's like, these people should be free. Everybody is made equal. Nobody should be no 3/4 of no human. I do not think it's enough gay people to have that type of war. And I truly don't believe that it's enough allies to help us fight that war, neither. And I'm saying like within, because the Civil War, of course, it's like us. Definitely not on the outside. Like we're openly talking about it. So that's another thing. So like closing that point, we might have some regression, but I do think it's going to break through. To make that point, the way that you feel, your outlook, that's how you was speaking back, wrapping it back around and coded. If we were born in another part of the world, this wouldn't even be possible. Like, it's like, do you think about that? Like, even like the openly gayness, married, like, it's so many. I think it's like 13, 14 countries that have made it illegal.
Going up.
Yeah,
Made illegal.
just made like illegal to same-sex marriage. So even with that, it's just like, of course, like we're not naive, and we know that it's gay, lesbian, whatever people over there, but it'll probably be ever suppressed until they die. So like, how does that make you feel? Like, do you, to a certain extent, even though we're judged, even though code switching, you got to do a little thing or whatever, are you appreciative of the little freedom that you do have?
Of course. Decades ago or hundreds of years ago, I wasn't considered a person.
Yeah.
So yeah, every day is always, or the person I am now is always appreciative. Like it could be worse,
I'm speaking just to the fact of being able to have somewhat openly gayness. Like the discomfort that we feel is still somebody else's dream.
Well, yeah, no, I definitely appreciate everything that came with us being able to even be a little bit uncomfortable. Because it's not like, oh my gosh, we gotta just, for us at this moment in time, but another part of the world, another city, state could be fearing for their life,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely appreciate it.
I can't even fathom. I think, but even like for you to feel the way that you feel, and then you have to be forced into a marriage, forced to marry a man, like just like the thought of it. It won't be bad for me, but I'm saying like some people like that is like the drama crazy, like I think
It'd be hard for you.
I think so. Yeah, it'd be kind of hard. I make the jokes, but it'll be
Yeah, I'm just saying.
because I like what I like. Yeah. I do think it's sad, and when I do think of stuff like that, like I don't think that nobody has the right necessarily to because I'm getting all the feedback in you. There you go. I do not think that nobody, if God gave us the freedom to choose him or whatever, once again, from my belief system.
Yeah.
If God gave us the freedom to choose him, I do not think and he's a living God. I'm not saying that. So, but I'm not saying no living man, my set of beliefs or whatever, has the right to tell you what you can and can't do.
Yeah.
Because if it's like, once again, like I said, my dad gave me this choice and this option, like, who the fuck are you? Like,
Yeah.
so it does break my heart where it's just like, it shouldn't, and that's, should and shouldn't and how things should be, that's just whatever. That's literally what it is, like your belief. But I also understand like it's a way of the world. But even if things just get bad here and there, like we're fucked, and you just like this election just, man, a lot of people was sad. It blew a lot of craziness to crazy. It blew a lot of craziness to craziness. But I just think about the people that can't even do this. And then even the stuff, because and people say, like, of course, in the service, you meet, like, all types of people. And it's just, like, the stuff that Americans complain about. And I'm not saying it because I'm American. Get it? Like, my complaints, just because you had it harder, your thing was, my complaints or whatever is still valid. Or how I feel is still valid. Yeah, like, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying it is, like, for people that have never, like, just, it's kind of, Brokeback Mountain in my head, but it's another movie where, like, the females had to, like, kind of keep it under. It's like the females had to, like, keep it under wrap in another country, and it's just like, dang, like, even the fact to be out openly married, people getting killed, raped, or a whole lot less. And a part of it, I do think is human nature. Not maybe so much to act on it, not so much to be turned on by the same sex, but just like how dudes have, like, we laugh about it, bromance to like homeboys or whatever that they really love. It's a connection that's not too different from what they feel for a woman. They just want to sleep with this person. It's the same thing for sometimes. Stop. Everybody not gay. But what's wrong with you? But it's the same kind of thing for females. Like you have some women that, and it was never that unspoken, but you have like your best friend. So to a certain point, I think it is like human nature, and then lines do get blurred, crossed, and we all believe what we believe, and we feel how we feel. Jump it up. Like humans are complicated. Like I say, I don't. If God couldn't straighten us out, I don't know what you think I'm supposed to do. Hey, I love it. Love everybody, and oh no, don't hate nobody. Don't hate nobody. So, do you feel like black, gay, whatever, has it shaped the circle that we have? Yeah, because I don't feel like we have a lot of gay friends.
You know, see, a lot more in the military. Like, I had a lot of gay friends.
I feel like the military be fake gay. They just be stressed out.
Like, I don't, all, like, my close friends, have only 2 gay. Yeah, 3. 3 gay.
How many gay friends you got that ain't got no kids by a man?
But you see, you trying to stuff them out. They're still gay or in the gay aspera. Like you can't just because you don't like people that got like ain't nothing wrong with
It ain't
that.
no gay aspera. They ain't gay. They just did some gay shit.
Do you? What you mean? Like
Yeah, gay.
like I said, people can be gay and still have kids with men, and then it's okay. It's fine. Like your bias.
Speaking of it, we always have this conversation. How weird, disgusting, irritating is it when, just listen, when a man pushes up, basically sexually harasses or assault a female because they feel like you shouldn't be who you are. Like, what?
It's infuriating.
It's like, how do people think that? Like, bro, I would kill you, and it's not even because, like, I don't think, but it's not even because I think that, like, you are like, I don't want to be a man. I don't think I'm better, nothing than a man. Like, a man is a man. Like, you know, I'm big. I respect it. A man is a man when they are a man. Yeah, a lot of little boys, but a man is a man. Man, women, to a certain extent, I do believe need to be led by men. On a certain extent, we are emotional creatures. Like, women are great. I'm not saying that, but to a certain extent, there's some things that men need to do. But I'm just saying to be like, my rite of passage as a man is to be like, you are my property. You gon' like, it's not, especially in America and even outside countries. Like, I think, like, that's just like, I'm not your property. You do not have the right to assault me, to try to make me feel less than. Now you dead. Now your mama gotta bury your in your word homophobic ass because you thought, because you thought it was okay to assault me. That's fucking crazy. But what happens? And then it's messed up when it do backwards. Or like, if a gay male messes with a straight,
Yeah, they just, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill you. It's like,
now you getting your ass beat by a gay man. But it's just like, what? Exactly. What? Like, but what make you think that that's okay? That's a stud, and you still a woman. I'm gonna show you you're a woman. I don't.
And that's predatory. Was it predatory?
Predatory. It's just weird. Like,
very much. And they know that they can physically try to get a woman, like try to push up on them. Is they still trying to rape and all that stuff, all that.
That's still assault. If a man do that,
of course.
And it's scary. Like I say, I remember being with like old girl, and like the freaking pep talk before we went to Jersey was like, if a guy asks you for your number, give it to him. And it's just like, dang, like, that's crazy, because it can't be reversed. If a male asks the male for, you gonna, god dang. But it's men that's literally, you're not a man. You're not, that doesn't, where is that at? You can't tell me nowhere in the Bible where Jesus took a piece of pussy. Like, that's just crazy. Like, what is wrong with you? Where do you base that off of? Tell me where God say you can take a piece of pussy. Like, why do you think that that's okay? And not saying that it's not different beliefs and structures and how it is. It's Jesus, the man, the woman, the kid. Like, it's structures to it. But when a man acts outside, you have nothing to hold it to besides, like, your genetic makeup is a man. You have no right to disrespect a woman because you were born with a set, especially if we're talking about the religious or God belief aspect of it. Because it's a man under God, a woman follows. And then even with that, like, a lot of the black community, that's a double whammy. It's like, you gay and you believe in Jesus. Bitch, you stupid. And it's like, damn, like, because it's a lot of the woke, and it's just like, you want to be accepted, but we judge so much as humans. That's why I say, like, we just,
and I just do your own thing.
We partially fuck. Like,
yeah, no, partially.
Like,
truly.
everybody, like, we fuck Trump president. Like, what? Like, we been fucked. Like,
no,
I'm too dark to fit into the black community. Like, I'm too gay to be accepted by family.
A lot of dark to me away.
It's a what? Like,
but with Trump, it's gonna be bomb.
Man, it's already bomb.
Right, then they're gonna be tanks and bombs. Like, it's gonna be everything. So, you know, it's not gonna be a good day. It's not gonna be a good day.
I don't see it that way, but I also respect your opinion. Because I think either way, like, people that don't like gay people don't go away. men that feel like women are property don't go away.
No,
Don't matter who's
not
in office.
like not even just that. Honestly, it's more of like different shit on the side of that. Like, yeah, it's still gonna be that, but with how they're trying to already taking abortion away and a lot of stuff and giving back that judgment to the state. Now, like I think I just saw on Twitter, like where they was like, oh, women, how in South Korea they have it's a 4B movement, so where the women of South Korea aren't having sex with men, not trying to have kids and all that stuff. Like they're like holding off, like basically being celebratory, celibate, just so they can get their rights back.
Their rights.
Yeah, and not have to be pressured by society to have kids, because in Korea that like they a lot of the stuff to do out is mostly for like
Yeah,
it's not a lot of single things to do, so it's like yeah.
Korea is just so big on the human anatomy. I don't know why it always pops up. Like you got the part with all the weenies, and then you got the section. And like Korea is big.
They're fine with that, but like
it's just a part of like it's very structured, and I think they're just Asian type of community. They're very structured.
But I think with the movement, they're trying to be like, we don't have to have kids. Like you're not gonna just give us money because we're having kids. Like people have lives outside of doing that. Like, and we need money to stop.
It'll forever be a uphill battle, and like I say, we're human, and most times all people have to fall back on is religion. And it's just like the way we were taught, like, and wasn't able to do so much that we're able to do now. And I do think it's just going to go up, but I also do believe it's going to be a constant fight, because sometimes, like I say, behave as men. I have never had an issue with men. Boys get on my nerves, and it's just.
But there are men that are boys.
That's what I'm saying. They're not meant to me. Like age doesn't make you a boy. Like you're a boy. A man does not get intimidated by a masculine presenting woman or doing. You are a woman, and it's still you are a woman. I don't have to put you in a place to be a woman, to do whatever or nothing like that. And not saying sometimes people don't get out of line or try to do stuff, but a man to stand and act it's to act a certain way. You do certain things. Like it's kind of like when people be like, I'm not going there with a child. Like men present as men, and then you have boys. You have a lot of boys who, well, I'm this and I'm that because of birthright or whatever, but it's just like, no, and I'm not saying that men shouldn't be respected. It's not saying that at all, but women should also be. And it's not just the birthright of what you hold it to. Like, I'm a man, so they shouldn't do this, they shouldn't do that. I remember seeing this dude he posted Kamala Harris, the vice president, and was like, a bitch shouldn't lead. And it's like, you got like 9 kids you don't take care of. Like, you shouldn't lead, and you don't. Like, just what are we talking about? So that's what I say. Like, you have boys that have opinions, and they act as boys. And I always say, like, regardless of whatever's done going on in my family,
boys, they are
somebody's father, and it's a boy,
and that's generational.
It's generation. And then you produce children like Boosie. You produce children that you produce children that believe in knocking a woman upside their head. This thought process, like just like his daughter said, what's your Jesus? We ain't go to church with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you know besides just this is wrong, that's wrong? Have you ever laid with a woman on your period? Have you ever covenant another man's woman? Like, this is what that's in with. Man shouldn't lay with man. So now, what it say? It don't say woman. Now I'm counted. It say man shouldn't lay with man. Now I'm woman.
That's men.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Women. I'm just saying, I'm being funny.
We's women.
We's women. Don't put me there. It didn't say I could do that.
When they said man, they said man.
Shut up.
Not woman.
Don't do it.
I'm a woman.
You've gone too far.
That's men.
You done? You finished?
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you. So I just said it to the point of like what you're saying. You produce people like that, but they are boys, regardless of what the same. They take care of the boy, and it's not. But I mean, I think I sent you the picture where like he was with what's the trans Kardashian, the Caitlyn Jenner, on the picture. Like, what you?
They ain't even her, which is crazy.
But what do you? But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so many. I'm not saying that the man
not crazy about that woman for a long.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And they taking pictures like,
Yeah, they go.
I just feel like y'all give too much power to his face.
No, it's
Go ahead.
it's not even just a power. Like we don't. It's not like we're just. Oh my gosh, this is what we think is going to happen. This is what his constituents and other people.
Constituent. Is it constituent?
Constituent.
I don't think it's. Yeah, this constituent.
Fact check. What? And people that he works with. I guess I don't want to use big words now. That have worked with him and worked under him and all that stuff. He's put into place to do what he's going to do. He under him and with the backing of other people that's in different positions of office in the country, he has overturned Roe versus Wade and other things. Like he's taken away a lot of stuff that we're not just like, oh, just because we're like somewhat freaking out about different stuff that hasn't happened yet or is come. There's things that, like I said, we were once not considered a person. You know what I'm saying? We were
women still not considered a
but I'm
person.
saying,
What you saying, black people?
Yeah.
We still kind of
we was considered
fighting
property. Like we were basically we were animals. You know what I'm saying? We were part of the life. I'm saying like we were part of that. We did,
and it's normal.
But
I know.
I'm saying at some point we didn't think, or some people didn't think or know that we was gonna actually be able to vote, be able to not be property.
Yeah.
Like so, like you just said a few hours ago, like something bad or it has to get bad before it gets worse, whatever, you know?
Yeah, the change comes from like it. Yes, what we're talking about, people getting freaked out about people are getting freaked out about the election and we fucked all of this, but change, you don't grow. Change, like you say, change comes from uncomfortability and like a reason to make a stand. Like,
and I think even with this,
no, go ahead.
I say even with this, I think it's okay for people to freak out a little bit. But as you can see, no one has went and stormed the Capitol.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
No one has stormed the Capitol. I think since I got off of my phone, the only recent things I've seen was in Philly. I think they have
Chicago do too.
Yeah, they have the protest, and it's a peaceful protest at that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's for your people to tell everyone, don't freak out. I understand where it's coming from, but at the same time, like let people freak out a little bit. But as you can see, the difference in even the silent protest or even the Palestinian protest they had at it was Columbia.
Yeah.
A lot of those are peaceful.
Yeah.
What makes them not peaceful or just now it's like everyone needs to calm down type
what
of thing?
point are you drawing to that? I'm just trying to see where you're going with it.
Yeah, like you can't stop me. I was on the road.
I was apologizing. I don't know what you.
I don't even remember.
We were talking about like Trump and giving him too much power as a face.
Yeah, so I'm saying yes. Yeah, no, don't talk nothing. You better leave me alone. Like, but go home. So basically, like with all that, I'm saying we're not giving him much power. I say we're giving him power in some sense as him saying a few words of like, hey, stop y'all. I'm proud of y'all, Proud Boys. But I'm paraphrasing. Y'all calm down. But whatever. When they was
Proud Boys stand down. Yeah.
Yeah, so to him as the president or whoever at the time, like, hey, chill out. Like, don't that's not how we're doing. Like, we're not gonna do all that.
He did eventually.
Where?
Twitter. He did eventually tell him calm down.
See?
Yeah, he did. He did eventually tell him. Yeah.
I want you to look at me.
His old Twitter. Maybe he could go back. I'll fact check it. He did tell him calm down. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, and we have this conversation offline all the time. I'm not saying that your point is not valid. I'm just saying that the point that you're trying to make speaks to it. No, we talk about it a lot. So I'm just speaking to the point of what you're saying. Like, you're speaking to a person's moral and wanting somebody to be careful with the power that they have. And it's just like, just because we give this thing, we are taught to give these certain positions and these certain people be careful you bumping the thing. You like give these certain things and these certain people we like look up to them. They're a face. They're a face to something. And yes,
Not just a face.
No, I'm just saying, yes, he has power, and yes, he has influence. But I just say that you get caught up in what you want another person to do with their influence. And
be the president.
And it does. And it's like, what does that mean?
What you mean?
It's like, what does that mean?
It's not just you anymore.
But that's what I'm saying. That's just like you could say with a father that, like I say, the guy that's done got 9 kids brought into the world. You'd be like, it's not just you, you're a father. Or freaking rappers and people with this high influence, you shouldn't act like that because people are watching you. We can't control it.
Those niggas is not those niggas do not have control of the power button where they can send the fucking missile or do a nuclear bomb. Those niggas.
It's checks and balances, but yes,
it's checks and balances. Yeah, but this nigga has disrespected so much shit. Who know? Like at this point, you're trying to be the peace. You were trying to be the peacemaker. Hey, everybody, just peacemaker.
It's not peacemaker.
Yeah, but
it's not. It's
like you're saying in many words. Hey, y'all, just down.
Yes, but just like Kamala said, it's not the time to necessarily quit. It's time to roll up your sleeves.
I would say, even with that, that's fine though. And I would say people can freak out and still be doing the.
Yes, they can.
And so that's what I'm saying.
But we spoke to that point. Yes, freak out, but also.
And then there's different ways of freaking out. I can post a tweet or X or whatever it is and be like, "Oh, I'm upset about."
So would you delete X? Because Elon Musk owns it.
He didn't own it.
He just took over it not too long ago.
No, he had it for what?
Like a year? Yeah. Okay, so recently. Still to the point. It's recent. Yes. Delete X. Like, what is it?
They don't hurt nothing.
But that's what I'm just saying though. Like, I'm trying to, and it's just like, man, I'm not saying that I don't get it, but I'm also saying that
you don't get it.
I get it.
What do you get?
The fear, I just don't have the same fear everybody else.
And I feel like that's fine. And it's not even just a you thing. It's many people that share the same thing that you share. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. You can identify with them. But to say that how I feel is wrong.
Nobody says it's wrong.
No, but a lot of people are saying, it's okay to have multiple feelings. You know what I'm saying? This is something that is, I think everyone who is saying everybody needs to calm down, just saying it's like, a lot of people are thinking we still can feel how we feel and still do the work. This just makes me want to get into politics even more. I've been in politics for a while, but
how
have you been in?
I didn't say I was.
This is what you think?
Because I'm asking how.
So, but literally, it makes me want to get more into my community just with all this, I want to get more into it because not even just of Kamala, I want to get to know what I'm voting, more of what I'm voting for, and be active in my community to help different things, and that's by voting in local elections and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just doing my part to educate myself more and help out my.
And I think that will be the beauty of it. And that's my whole point. I think that action holds back from a lot of fear. I do not think that yay would never be the way for America. I just, like you say, some stuff is just.
I think it's just one
getting the time. Yeah, and social norms, to accept it, and it's forever been there. Like you say, I don't think that it's not there, but it's forever been there.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't make it right. Just like, child molestation, forced marriage. Just like the list goes on.
It's
freaking
Bible, apparently.
Slavery. If you can name it, it's done been around forever. Yeah. So I do think that is a struggle, and it sucks. On the gay side of it, as far as presenting, like I said, we can't take away being black, unapologetically black. Exactly. But just even the locks to whatever, like the military, the military, you can wear locks. They just passed the Crown Act not too long ago. Like, it's just certain things where it's like you have to kind of conform to what you've been told is the right thing to do or the right type of person to be. So to that aspect, like, yes, up about it. And I don't think that yes, up about it, just openly being out. And sometimes it do feel like, is it worth it? It's like,
think it is.
you think it's worth it?
Yeah.
One thing that you do that I do not do that I find I think you're a little sick. Like, you like making people feel
I don't know why.
loud.
I'm sorry. I don't know why. I love it so much. I love it. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine.
Is it good? I love it so much. It makes like, when you listen to some good music and the beat hits like it hits that like thing in the back. Make me feel so.
Why do it make you feel good to make a person uncomfortable?
Because those be the same people that have no like. It's okay with making me feel uncomfortable. So why should I care? If I make you feel uncomfortable, it could be something like
What if they just unapologetic in their belief?
I'm unapologetic at making your ass feel uncomfortable. We're on the same page. So what's the? So why are we upset? You unapologetic,
Unapologetically.
homophobic. I'm be
Unapologetically.
making you uncomfortable. And I don't do it in like crazy way, I literally just be myself. But if you saying some crazy shit and then a few minutes later,
Well, your belief
mm-hmm.
or your lifestyle or whatever, where it's out now. Let's say like we do go back in time. Would you conform to stay alive or would you die for what you believe in?
What year?
Huh?
What year?
No, I'm just saying. No matter.
Say it again.
It reverses back.
Mm-hmm.
Would you conform to stay alive or would you die for your belief? And I'm saying negate your lifestyle.
I think I'll die. This is something I can't really change at all. A lot of things got suppressed when I was younger, but as an adult, like I can't see myself being any other way but being my gay ass.
Would you want your kids to be gay?
If they can choose. I would say they have the right to choose. They can be gay.
No, I'm not saying like would you teach against it, but like
I wouldn't teach against it.
knowing the hardships and stuff that already been faced, would you
Just being born a black woman,
a black
mixed race, anything like being a woman in general, it's already things against you.
Yeah, so I'm saying, so would you like that being against them? Would you want it? You saying like you would?
Oh well, whatever they choose, whatever they come out of it.
How would you protect your children against it? Because like we handle it. You know how they say like each generation get a little bit.
Teach them things I didn't know when I was younger. Like what I'm saying, educate them more. Give them like real life perspective and not try to sugarcoat things. It's different. Of course, like age, like hey, like age, like teaching them age. You know what I'm saying? But it's more like instead of sugarcoating it and making it seem like just teach them the good and the bad of things. Or give them exposure as far as like different other gay people or like we have communities where it's like mainly gay people or gay allies. You know what I'm saying? So we can go around those type of people so you can get the experience of being around other people. But at the same time, like it's whatever they choose. Like
I think that's hard because even taking them around other gay people does not help for them going around the straight people or the unacceptable people. And I think I struggle with thinking of like suicide of like, or even like just like now, everybody's not, we could come from the same shop, same person, and some of us is not strong as the other one. And some of us are stronger than the other one. So it just,
straight people do.
no, exactly. But I do think, it's just, but that's the same thing. Like I would get it. distant, but I definitely wouldn't. I don't think it's just like I haven't had children yet, but it's kind of like the tip of the feeling where like you learn or try to learn where like your parents be like, I didn't want that, or
You
like,
could not
damn,
learn them for them, but do you want them to go outside the house and learn something different? Learn
yeah,
something
no, that's what I say. Like, I wouldn't teach against it. Like, and like, of course, like, I'm not saying like I would never teach them to hate themselves or to like anything like that. I'm just saying it to the fact of what it's not like I wouldn't have that feeling or like it wouldn't cross my mind. Like, damn, I didn't want to quit. I just know what uphill battle that it comes with. It's kind of like I think it's like a short film, and it was like it had like you was able to choose the color of it's okay. She was able to because you meant the thing, whatever. You was able to choose like the color of your child, and it was like some black people, Hispanic, Asian, or they chose, yeah, that's fine. And it's like, but they chose to have white children. And it just was, just saying to the message of you loving something more than yourself, and understanding like it's for them. And like, I'm giving you kind of like what Warren Buffett said. He said, I was born a white man. And then on top of being, no, I'm sorry, I was born white. And then on top of being born white, I was born a man. So it's like the playing field is like completely different than what we face. So, like to a certain extent, our lives are not, and I'm just speaking like bringing them around the community, whatever, but like our lives are not, it's just different when you got to live it. Like you could feel for me, you can empathize with me, but like you said, if I can't put you in a situation where it was reversed, you will never understand how it feels to be like this double thing. Like not only are you black, but then you black and gay. And then, like I said, when I was speaking earlier to like the feminine perspective of it, like it's different. Like you gay, but then why you gotta dress like a man? Like you not a man. I'm dressing comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Dressing like a man back in the day was yet they had dresses and you know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy. It's just like, dang, and I'm not saying
feel for me.
fact check it. I gotta look that up. But I mean, men wear wigs back in the day. And then the 1800s, they wear like the corsets. So like social norms. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just funny. Like men wear makeup, men wear the corset,
It's a
wig.
social construct.
Yeah, construct. Yeah. So like I wouldn't be surprised. And men wear them now. They steady making
born a woman.
nigga. Everybody's born a woman. Yeah. And then it's you go into different things. If you could speak to a child that is struggling with whatever, I'm trying to see like lettuce, bacon, and tomatoes, LGBTQ, TRS. I don't know it. And I scared to say I don't know it. Just because you know it don't mean I know it. That's what I said, LGBT.
No, just say LGBT.
Oh, okay, you know what I'm
For the
saying.
gay community.
Speak to how would you speak? Yeah. gay community. What would you have to say to a child that's like going with it? You and your 28 years of wisdom. What would you give to a child that's struggling with it? Like
Struggling with being gay.
yeah, gay, or just even the thoughts of it, or even the choice.
Be yourself.
The parents.
Be yourself at the end of the day, because when you die and go into the coffin, it's only going to be you. I've been looking at both.
The playback go tell the truth.
I've been looking at both. I promise. This one's just in my face.
Yeah.
But no, I would say just be you, because at the end of the day, if you trying to be someone else that's not you, or trying to be someone that your parents want you to be, and not who you feel you are, at the end of the day, when you die past, they're still gonna be who they are. You still gonna be the one that's dead. And for simplify, but like you're gonna be the one that's gone, and they're still gonna do what they're gonna do. So why not live your best life?
Yeah. Yeah. And I say, yeah, be to a certain extent, be unapologetically yourself. you. And like I said, I'm not naive to the fact that this podcast is listened to all over the world, and some people do not have those luxuries. Just as I was saying earlier, sometimes it's better to take and make a change with a quiet stance than like a big loud thing. I think it's a time and place for everything. And yeah, be yourself. Like from somebody that's married to a woman, believes wholeheartedly in Jesus Christ, and they're just in a part of the African American community. So now you got like white Jesus. You have people that believe that white people, Asian, black, whatever, Jesus don't love you, and then on top of it you gay, like, and then on top of it you just like a man. It's comfortable, man. So I definitely think let's be true to yourself. Whatever your belief is, your belief. Don't let it's no correct way to do this. And I honestly believe in my heart of hearts that if we were meant to be all the same, it would have happened like that. It would have been like that, and that's just like I said, it's just my belief system. If we were meant to be all the same, we would be. And I know, and people say it all the time, but like Jesus was an angel, new God, like this beautiful specimen, and still turned. So it's just like, do your best. You're going to have all these people trying to tear you down. And even with your parents, I know that you kind of touched on it earlier. Like, they don't believe or like they treat you like shit. I'm not saying like rebel and disrespect your parents because I'm big on like honor thy mother and father. And I try to teach this one that honor thy mother and our father. But to a certain extent, fuck them. You just learn. I mean, you truly just learn because we can go down a rabbit hole, a whole nother tangent about like things that we could pick apart from our parents, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but exactly some gay ass, some gay. I'm just saying that to say like, if that's all somebody can tell you that you're gay. And I said, I mean, you can go through episodes. I said all the time, like, it's worse things to be in the world. And whatever religion, belief, whatever you have, learn it for yourself if you're able to. Like, learn it from yourself, not just what somebody else is teaching you or trying to tell you about. For Christians, for Christians struggling with it, your Heavenly Father. And I do not have a problem with, and I also understand those who convert over while they're here. I understand. I won't say I don't. Like, I get it. Choosing the Heavenly Father while you're still living, I have no problem with it. Be yourself. Be yourself. Is it any is it anything else you want to touch on before we wrap this episode up?
The fight continues, and we all struggling with what just happened. But it's time to take
Yeah. Take action, good and bad. Like I say, I am excited to see what the next 4 years hold. I would say like we have Republicans in the family, but it's a party, not necessarily to a person. But yeah, and I do agree with Jazz on some sentiment where she be like, it's different between like a Republican and like a supporter of just this person. It's different between a Christian or religious faith and just like a follower of Christ. Like, it's different. It might try to walk and talk the same, but it's different. So once again, I'll just say like, be genuine to yourself. I know it's a lot of I will judge you by the person you've been. That is everybody's choice. I would just say humans are complicated. We didn't ask to be here. We all trying to figure this crap out. And it's never that simple. It's never that simple. I would just say that it's never that simple. And just like you said earlier, I do believe that change comes from uncomfortable situations. Like a call to action. Like, we could come and it can be good, and you could talk and try to get people riled up and do whatever. But sometimes it just takes that push. It just takes that push.
like
Thank y'all for checking out this episode of Overthinking Understanding Podcast. Until next time, be genuine to yourself and kind to others.
Stay black, y'all.